hopefully this is not too disorganized. In the last video, I said I was going to do a separate mock video, so I decided, okay, well, that's going to be a really long video if I try to do all the mock toes. So that'll probably be 2 separate videos too. So when I said I'll probably do 3 boot videos, it's probably more like 5. We'll see. I mean, in the near future, not like over a lifetime. You know, I'll probably try and do some follow-ups where I have actually worn the boots more and can give a better appraisal than, you know, first impressions. I'm kind of stuck doing first impressions because, as I said in the last video, I was kind of short on new quality boots, so I haven't had a chance to wear some of the ones that I bought, and I was kind of going from video to video, watching their comparisons to try and make an educated guess as to what might work. And then, like I said, the ones that looked more appealing oftentimes would not be available in my size or whatever. I'll get into that a little bit more. So in the last video, I showed a photo of this boot that I didn't talk about at all, which I'm going to talk about a lot more in the upcoming sequel to this. And so I'm not going to go into it too much, but this was Docker's Welcome to Deer Crossing model, and it's all man-made materials. I bought these about 10 years ago. It's a little bit insulated. It has absolutely like no real arch support. It is supposed to be a wedge sole logger boot. I wore it a bit. These are not the original laces. I took those out to put in another boot, and I only threw these in recently off a pair of sneakers. They had a more traditional looking kind of patterned lace that I'll show. Like I said, when I get to the next video, it'll be more important. Anyway, these, I literally didn't buy them to be work boots. I just bought them for wearing around. And I mean, I guess they were fine for that, except I ended up spending, I think, $20 to get them kind of re-glued where you can see that there was a lot of separation of the material, even though the sole didn't have all that much wear on it. And this other one looks, you can see a lot more wear and tear from the pants and such, and where the cracking is occurring of these are not, you know, leather at all. And a very, I don't remember what I paid for them. Maybe it was $80, maybe it was 60, maybe somewhere in that range. You know, I bought these at like Ross Dress for Less or Marshalls or one of those places where I almost never go. But I happened to be in there and was like, oh, I've been meaning to get a pair of boots for the winter or whatever. And it's kind of what these were meant to be, but they fell very, very far short of what I guess I thought I was getting. Although I did like the padded, you know, bit here, because that was reminiscent of a pair of work boots that I had that were steel toe. Anyway, so I started watching videos and trying to find something that was kind of comparable, but much more high quality, but not, you know, $600 or more boots, you know, just again, not more than I really wanted to spend. And I don't remember if I had already bought the Thursday Captain ones at this point or not. I think I had ordered one pair of Thorogoods, but the mock toe was not available because I kind of wanted to check out the Carolinas based on the reviews, but they did not come in my size. So I decided that the Thorogoods were a better option than the Red Wings for what I kind of wanted in my price range. But they weren't available in the mock toe, so I had ordered them in just a regular round toe. And for some reason they had like a 2-week lead time or something. This was on Amazon before I, you know, found another distributor that I bought another pair from later with a coupon. But for some reason they were out of stock, and then they came back in stock, so I was able to cancel out on the round toe and order in the mock toe. And the thing that I liked about the Thorogoods was they were one of the few where I could get the taller shaft. Some of the other things about them I didn't like necessarily. These are, oh, speaking of those laces, these are similar to the laces that were in the other ones. I'm not the big speed hook guy, and these have 3 speed hooks. So for me, it's kind of a challenge to kind of pull them tight down here while trying to do this. And I don't know. Some guys like them better. I personally think that a lot of time with speed hooks, the lace jumps out the thing and or it breaks or something. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I guess a lot of guys don't like having to like actually lace up their boots, but if you're gonna do that, I think a lot of times what they end up doing is not lacing them up all the way anyway, whereas I'm buying a taller shaft boot on purpose. So I typically want them laced all the way up. So I want the laces to be secure, and speed hooks, just in my opinion, aren't as secure. The leather's the soft tumbled leather. Um, Toe box, a little narrower than I would like. I put my foot in it and I can kind of feel that. Um, the sole, not the biggest wedge ever, but definitely quite a contrast, like I have in the photos of, you know, what we're looking at here. And there will be a bigger contrast later. So these were pretty close to what I was looking for. And, most of the frills. And I'm going to talk about this boot a lot more later or in the upcoming video. So for now, we'll just kind of leave that. Like I said, I have not actually gotten a chance to wear them. I went to the other site, like I said, and was going to buy a second pair because they had the coupon. And I ended up accidentally buying steel toe. So that's a conversation for another time. Like I said, we're going to have to pace ourselves a little bit. So like I said, we'll come back. Okay, I'm slightly out of order here, but prior to getting the Thorogood mock toes, I had actually, I think, bought the Wolverine in the dark brown. I'm not going to get all the boots out of the boxes, but they were like a little over $100 less or something. I think they were like $130 with tax or free shipping or whatever the deal was. That was what got me a coupon that I used to buy a pair of their hiking boots. The hiking boots, I did not like the width of the toe on those either. A little bit cramped for what I got them for, but I wanted something that I could wear more for kind of wet weather or if it, got icy ground or that kind of thing. And so they'd have a little more traction than the wedge sole. These are a different color that I got lately, but later, another coupon, they offer these gimmicks all the time, which is the kind of thing that drives me crazy, but it's the same boot in a slightly different color, basically. So that's why this one's going to be the stand-in. But again, much thicker wedge sole. Excuse me, more cushiony. A little bit of padding here, a smidge, to help with that 6-inch shaft instead. The reinforcement stitching, I don't know if you need that or not. So I assume this is embossed pattern leather, but it should still be, a fair low budget leather. Like I said, I was buying these. I literally liked the big toe box when I got them right out of the gate. I liked kind of the comfort squishiness of the sole. They still have speed hooks, but I knew that when the job was dangerous when I took it. They have a suede kind of tongue instead of a leather one. They have a rough out interior instead of any kind of insulation or anything. But they're, quite a bit less than $200. So for just a general purpose, uh, all inclusive boot, this was pretty close to, like I said, what I was kind of aiming for when I was trying to replace this. And so it's a bit chunkier, it's a bit thicker in the sole, it's real leather. But overall, it's pretty similar. So, I wasn't disappointed. Like I said, the reason I opted to get the Thorogoods as well, even though I already had these, was just because I wanted the taller shaft for, whatever reason might crop up later on. I like having that uh, option. That's about it. Okay, so this was where I was going to try and work in the Thursday Diplomat, but since this video is already a bit long, I'm gonna save that for the part two of the Mocktober boots, as opposed to just the mock toe boots, as opposed to just boots in general.